Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters Podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in Southwest Ohio. This is Josh, joined with EJ, episode 84. Here comes the money. Is it a speed week? And the Eldora Dream. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing history, we're going back to May 5th of 2012 at Eldora Speedway with the World of Outlaws sprint cars. Sammy Swindell gets the win, Dale Blaney in second, and Craig Delansky would round out the podium. Your quick time that night? Some kid in a number 89G, David Grapp.
Let me talk to you.
This week's talking points: Ron Kahle Jr. Memorial and the K&L Ready Mix Clash to pay an unprecedented $6,000 to win, $600 to start. Even though Ron Kahle Jr. has been gone for 6 years, his friends, family, and the racing community continue to keep his memory close to their hearts. Proof of that has emerged as an additional prize money has been raised to enhance the payout of the Ron Kahle Jr. Memorial K&L Ready Mix Clash on Friday, June 5th. The Great Lakes Super Sprints will now race for a top prize of $6,000, thanks to generous donations by friends of the late Kahle.
Yeah, big race there for the 360s at Limaland. $6,000 to win, $600 to start, over $21,000 to be paid out there at Limaland for the 360s. Should get a good car count for that Ron Kahle Jr. Memorial Clash. It's going to be a good one there at Limaland on Friday.
Yep, huge announcement there. Our next talking point: there's a bounty on the Outlaws at USAC for the High Bank Nationals. So if any non-outlaw team wins the USAC High Bank Nationals, I think it's the finale, right? Yep, June 20th. They'll pocket an extra $100,000 on top of the $300,000 purse already. That makes you wonder who's going to be there. I know there's a big race out west there at Skagit. So it makes you wonder who's going to be there for that race, Josh, because High Limit's off, and them guys are probably going to be a bit of everywhere that week. So, that's some big news. Another $100,000 to pay for anybody outside of 15 drivers to win.
Yeah, you're going to get some guys to show up. And like you said, High Limit, the schedule shows them off, and they're in Montana the weekend after. So, why not go there and see if you can't walk out with $400,000 in your pocket?
Yeah, I've heard the guy that's been winning all the money, Aaron Wright, so I think he's going to Skagit.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but I've heard that more than once, and we'll see who all shows up for that. I'm definitely excited for that one. Our next talking point: last week, High Limit started a stretch of 9 races in 14 nights. They're getting really busy right now. My first thought was it was kind of their own speed week. After this stretch, they're off for 2 weeks, like we just said. I'm sure the break is welcome for them because they're going to be out going to these big races, chasing some big money. They might not race as much as the Outlaws, but there are definitely points in their schedule that must be absolutely grueling. And this is one of those times, and they're really busy this month and even going into next month as well.
Yeah, 9 races, 14 nights. Those guys are going to be tired after that. They got a couple weeks off now. Will they take 2 weeks off? I'm sure they won't. I'm sure they'll be racing. But then, they've got the trip that they've had every year where they go from the West Coast to Pennsylvania in a few days. And, the schedule comes out. These guys know the schedule ahead of time, and they sign up for the series. So it must not be that big of a deal. But I bet when you're in the midst of that is just got to be grueling. Not as many races as the Outlaws, but these two stretches here, 9 races in 14 nights, and then running from the West Coast to Pennsylvania in a short period of time. Man, that's got to be grueling, and I'm sure breaks after those stretches are welcome by the guys on the high limit tour. Moving to Appalachian Mountain Speedweek, June 5th through the 13th. It's going to cover the Dream Weekend, $5,000 to win and $500 to start. Marion Center is going to be $5,500 to win and $550 to start. A $29,500 point fund, $6,000 to the winner. June 5th, they'll be at Clinton County. June 6th, Port Royal. June 7th, Potomac. June 10th, the Action Track USA. June 11th, Marion Center. June 12th at Bedford. And June 13th, they're going to wrap it up at Lincoln. Moving to Danny Dietrich and Gary Kaufman Racing. You guys, if you've been following on social media at all, you've seen this. They made a decision to end their commitment to the PA Posse 410 Sprint Series. Their decision to cut ties followed an incident that occurred at Lincoln on Saturday, May 30th. Dietrich goes to the work area. Team made their repairs within the time allotted, but eventually, due to a lack of communication between track officials, it led to them being disqualified. Dietrich wasn't shy about this, as I said, on social media, and in a conversation with fullyinjected.com, said there needs to be better infrastructure in place, a series director working on behalf of the series and not for the track. I hear what he's saying, and I understand it, and I don't necessarily disagree with the fact that the PA Posse 410 series should have their own officials. They're trying to get things going. It's the first year. They're going to have their bumps and bruises that they're going to take. And, maybe this leads to them getting officials, and makes it more efficient of a program for them down the road. A guy like Danny Dietrich, I think he pulls fans. I think that's safe to say. And if he's not running a particular track there in Pennsylvania, that track's certainly going to lose out. And I don't think that's what, in the long run, what everyone would want. So what do you have on that, EJ? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Danny Dietrich, he's definitely not scared to speak up about anything. He's done it for a long time. So what I understood from it all was, so the rules for Lincoln and then the rule for the PA Posse is two different things. And then he got in trouble for the PA Posse thing, which is why he drew back. Yeah. That's been a local track for him for a long time. That's a big driver to lose there, Josh, because he's one of the best out there in PA. And, Danny Dietrich's going to do what he wants to do, and he's going to go out and win some races wherever he goes. So I'm sure he'll be over here in a few weeks, probably run Ohio Speedweek again that he won last year. And I'm sure he's already got his eyes set on his future.
Yeah, no doubt. It's, you bring up a good point with the PA Posse 410 series. If they have a different set of rules than the track, and there's that confusion, which causes this issue. I just, can there be confusion in the rules, whether it's if it's a weekly race? I guess is my point, is like, how far are we going to take that where I'm just not going to show up? Like, I think it's a slippery slope. So yeah. Wrapping up this week's talking points, moving to Eldora Speedway in the 32nd running of the Dream. $100,000 to win, $6,000 to start. Can Superman make it 4 in a row? It's going to be tough. So far, 87 entries. The last time I checked, all entries for Eldora's Dream will be split and run either Thursday or Friday, and $30,000 to win preliminary programs that will set Saturday's lineup. And on that note, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Love the Dirt on Dirt flow racing show leading up to the big late model races. And I love the stats as well. Check out that episode. You can see the stats here that I'm about to talk about. Man, they got some good content over there. 3 drivers that fit the mold to win the Dream. And I was watching this last night, and I already had one of them in my notes. Another stat for you. Most of the winners of the Dream have led most of the laps of the feature race. So you're not getting a guy that's leading a few laps towards the end of the race typically to be the winner of the race. It's usually the guy leading the most laps that grabs that big check and the dream at Eldora. My pick, I'm going with the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce, to grab the win there at Eldora for the dream. That being said, I wouldn't mind seeing Devin Moran or Josh Rice grab it, but I think Bobby Pierce, he's been on the tear, and he fits the mold of those statistics that say Bobby Pierce is going to win the 32nd running of the dream. EJ, who's your pick?
You know, Josh, Bobby Pierce is a really good pick. I would love to see Devin Moran win as well, just being another Ohio guy. Can never count JD out there at Eldora because he's been owning that place for years. But my pick that sold me as a fan at the Dirt Late Model Dreams back when COVID and stuff was going, he won 2 or 3 of them in a row. I think it was 3. I'm going with the Budweiser car, Brandon Overton.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. It's going to be a good weekend there at Eldora. If you got a chance to get there, you got Flow Racing Night in America before leading up to 3 nights of the dream, 4 straight nights there at Eldora, late model racing in the 32nd running of the dream.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh, no.
All right, this week's race recap. We go back to Monday, May 25th at Huset's for the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Buddy Kofoid, Mr. Huset's himself, with the win. Sheldon Hodenshield in second, and Aaron Reitzel in third. Then we go to Wednesday, May 27th at the Marion Center Raceway in Pennsylvania for the Connor Bobick Memorial, the World of Outlaw Late Models. Bobby Pierce is a back-to-back Connor Bobick Memorial winner. He picked up the win, Hudson O'Neill in second and Drake Troutman in third. Then we go to Michaels Mercer Raceway for the Western PA Speedweek opener. AJ Flick picked up your win. Cale Thomas in second, Logan McCandless in third. We move to Thursday, May 28th at the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for Western PA Speedweek. AJ Flick with the win. Again, Cale Thomas in second and Ricky Peterson Jr., a friend of the show, in third. And we go to Wayne County Speedway for the World of Outlaw Late Models, the Lone Wolf 40. Ricky Thornton Jr. picked up the win, Nick Hoffman in second, and Bobby Pierce rounded out the podium.
Moving to Friday, May 29th, Attica and AFCS 410s. Cap Henry with the win, TJ Michael in second, and Stuart Brubaker in third. Moving over to the AFCS 305s, Brian Sabato gets the win, Seth Schneider in second, and Brandon Tork in third. In the super late models, Devin Shields gets the win, Doug Drown in second, and Todd Brennan in third. In the trucks, Sean Valeni gets the win, Keith Sorg in second, and Jamie Miller in third. Bloomington Speedway for the Don Hobbs Classic, $10,000 to win for the Northern All-Star Late Models. Joseph Joyner gets the win, Devin Gilpin in second, and Tyler Collins in third. In the street stocks, Isaiah Sasser with the win, Zach Sasser in second, and Lee Hobbs in third. Circle City Raceway for their modifieds, Matt Hamilton with the win, Derek Loesch in second, and Bradley Jameson in third. Crown Vics, Kevin Hildebrand gets the win, Jeremy Haynes plus 10 from 12th to second, and Michael Phipps in third. Pure Stocks, Sheldon Oberle gets the win, Cody Eliason in second, and Trent Adams in third. And the Hornets, Owen Kosman gets the win, Bill Hobbs in second, and Jeremy Shemwell in third. I-96 Speedway in Michigan, GLSS, Dustin Daggett with the win, Scott Pagucki in second, and Max Stanball in third. In the modifieds, Casey Smith gets the win, Myron DeYoung in second, and Brenton DeYoung in third. Street stocks, Gary Vandermark gets the win, Joel Field in second, and William Brandt in third. Compacts, Drew Phillips gets the win, Blake Hutima, we're going to go with that. He's in second, and Brandon Coswell in third. Knoxville Raceway, the USAC Corn Belt Clash, night number 1, USAC Non-wing 410s, Kyle Cummins with the win, Justin Grant in second, and Brady Bacon in third. In the 360 sprints, Ryan Timms gets the win, Brian Brown in second, and Chris Martin in third.
Then we move to the Lawrenceburg Speedway for the Driven to Save Lives battle at the Berg. It was the high limit and the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Rico Abreu picked up the win, Kyle Larson in second. Wow. What a run from Kyle Larson in that one. He came from the back 2 times, and he put on a show there. Did you catch that, Josh?
I did see it, and I'll tell you, at the end of the race, I was laughing because he was carrying so much more speed than everybody else. If he wouldn't have been in the back, he would have lapped most of the field. He was just that fast. I mean, you know, it's Kyle Larson. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but that car was just hooked up compared to everybody else. He had to come from the back, and that's why he didn't get the win there. But, man, if you haven't seen that, you got to go check that one out.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, Rico Abreu with the win there, Kyle Larson in second, and Parker Price Miller round out the podium. Then we go to Lernerville Speedway for back to the Western PA Speedweek. So in the 410 sprints, the lowrider Dale Blaney picked up the win. Jeremy Weaver in second and Mark Smith in third. The late models, Tyler Dietz with the victory, Levi Yetter in second, and Jared Miley rounded out the podium. The modified scene, Rex King Jr. with the win. Second, Eric Rudolph. Third, Colton Walters. The pro stocks, Corey McPherson with the victory. Kurt Bish in second. Logan Catellis in third. Limaland Motorsports Park for the Keyser Memorial. The non-wing 410s, Ricky Lewis with the victory. Gunnar Setzer in second. Max Adams in third. It was almost impossible to see the feature from the backstretch, you said, right?
Yeah. I was there that night and standing on the backstretch near turn 2, and I could see Ryan Barr's car because it's yellow. Outside of that, It was really hard to follow anybody else. It was just super dusty. Luckily enough, the modified feature after that was not an issue to see the cars out there. But, man, that race was a tough one. There was dust. I don't believe they got as much rain up there as we did down here in the southern part of the state. And it was dusty, unfortunately. But it was hard to follow that race. And you know, last year I was at Limaland, I think 3 or 4 times, and was really impressed. And this was just kind of going back in the opposite direction. You know, you're not going to hit it every time, so hopefully this was just a hiccup. Like I said, once the non-wing got off the track, though, it cleared off pretty well for the other features, and it was some good racing there.
I guess it's something they would say that we should be used to living in Ohio. So It is what it is. But, your modified feature scene, Kevin Grilliot with the win. Dylan Woodling in second and Devin Helmig in third. The Thunderstocks first, Todd Sherman. Second, Jeff Matheny. And third, Daniel Sanchez. And the trucks, Raleigh Hayter with the victory. Tony Anderson in second and Paige Perrine in third. We go to Mansfield Speedway for the Blaster 57 Night 1. Put up a bunch of extra money that weekend at Mansfield. So really cool to see. $100,000 to win Night 1. Turbo picked up the victory. Tyler Erb. Brandon Overton in second, and the smooth operator Bobby Pierce in third. Saw various reports that multiple people, including Mark Richards and David Wells, helped work the track for Saturday's event at Mansfield after a rough surface on Friday night. And I heard they was out till like 4 a.m. doing that, Josh.
Yeah.
Sounds like multiple people stayed until the sun came up Saturday to get the track in shape.
Yeah, like you said, I think I saw somebody said it was like 6 o'clock before they left there, and they were back at 10, working at 10 o'clock there Saturday morning. So only a couple hours of sleep, and they were back at it to get the track in shape for that race there at Mansfield on Saturday night.
What do you think about Turbo getting that win?
It's, I mean, six figures. He's got to be thrilled about that. And on that note, have you seen the wrap he's got for his car going into the Dream?
I don't think I've seen it yet. When did you see it today?
So I saw it today. He did. He's done Days of Thunder theme in the past. I actually have a shirt from his past Days of Thunder visit, and he's doing a Rowdy Burns version this year, Black 51. Also, to honor Rowdy Kyle Busch. It's a cool wrap. You got to check it out if you haven't seen it.
Awesome. Yeah, big win for Tyler Erb there, 6 figures.
Yeah.
We're going to move to Moeller Raceway Park for the USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. Has seen Tyler Nelson pick up the win, Ian Krager in second, and Matt Lux in third. The Sport Mods, Casey Ullman first, Joshua Tidwell in second, and Gary Griffith round out the podium. The Compacts, Lucas Walters picked up the victory, CJ Hall in second, and Christopher Meyer in third. The Ohio Thunder IMCA Race Saver Series, Dylan Baldwin with the win, Dylan Troyer in second, and Roman Geppert in third. And the U.S. Legend All-Stars, seen Stephen Parton pick up the win, Jax Floyd in second, and Chase Stempley round out the podium.
Moving over to River City Speedway with the World of Outlaws sprint cars, Carson Macedo gets the win, David Gravel in second, and Casey Genderzak in third. And the late models, Shane Edgerton gets the win, Dustin Strand in second, and Brad Seng in third. Watsonville Speedway, NARC 410s, Justin Sanders with the win, Shane Golubic in second, and Dominic Gordon in third. Hobby Stocks, Alexander Mead gets the win, Dennis Kelson in second, and Jamie Magana in third. WMR Ocean Speedway, Anthony Bruno gets the win, Logan Mitchell in second, and Nicholas Leonard Jr. in third. Williams Grove Speedway, the PA Posse 410, Lance DeWeese with the win, Chase Dietz in second, and Danny Dietrich in third. And a cool night for the DeWeese family. In the 305s, Cole DeWeese gets his first 305 win, Chris Millison in second, and Mike Malaire in third. Cool weekend, cool night there at Williams Grove for the DeWeese family. Lance gets the win in the 410s, and Cole gets the win in the 305s. Moving to Saturday, May 30th, Brownstown Speedway in the 43rd annual Hoosier Duke Classic. Northern All-Star late models, Joseph Joyner gets another win, Jason Jameson in second, and Adam Stricker in third. Modifieds, Ryan Thomas gets the win, Jordan Weaver in second, and Justin Clark in third. Pure Stocks, Trent Adams gets the win, Blake Hull in second, and Ross Smith in third. And the Hornets, Josh Arthur gets the win, Davey Wagoner in second, and Curtis Rokia in third. Butler Speedway for the Mace Thomas Classic and High Limit, Aaron Reitzel gets the win, Brent Marks in second, and Tyler Courtney in third. Brent Marks gets his first podium of 2026 right as the month of June starts.
Yeah, he's seeming to, we're about to get into it some more, but he's seeming to put some good runs together right after the unfortunate news we gave last week.
Yeah.
We're going to move out to Fremont Speedway for the AFCS 410s. Caleb Henry with the win. Zeph Sabo in second. Nate Dussel from 13th to 3rd round out the podium. For the AFCS 305s, Brian Sabeto picked up the victory. Seth Schneider in second and Jamie Miller in third. The trucks, seen Sean Valeni with the win. Keith Sorg in second, and Kent Brewer in third. Knoxville Raceway for the Corn Belt Clash Night 2. The non-wing 410 seen the Macho Man Brady Bacon pick up the win. Briggs Danner in second and Kevin Thomas Jr. in third. The Wing 410s, seen Ryan Timms with the victory, Austin McCorrell in second, and Brady Bacon in third. LaSalle Speedway out in Illinois for the IRA Sprint Cars, Jordan Goldsberry with the win, Jake Blackhurst in second, and Shane O'Banion from 16th to 3rd round out the podium. The non-wing sprint seen John Fall pick up the win, Colin Savaya in second, and Tristan Furseth in third. The legends, Austin Winkle with the victory, Hayden Schmuel in second, and Adam Zelmer in third. Then at Lincoln Speedway for the PA Posse 410s, Chase Dietz with another victory. He's got to be one of the most winning drivers in the whole country, I would say.
Yeah.
Freddie Raymer in second, Ryan Newton in third. And then the 350H, Jaden Wolf with the victory, Cameron Merriman in second, and Steve Owings round out the podium.
Now moving over to Mansfield Speedway for the 57 special and the finale, $100,057 to win with the World of Outlaw late models. Nick Hoffman gets the win, Garrett Alberson in second, and Hudson O'Neill in third. Moving to Montpelier and the Jake and Jensen Memorial Boss non-wing 410, Brandon Maddox from 11th to the win, Jesse Vermillion in second, and Zach Pretorius from 16th to 3rd. The modifieds, Dalton Smith gets the win, Dylan Nussbaum in second, and Clayton Bryant in third. Hornets, Josh Gamlin gets the win, Dayton Warner in second, and Brian Henderson Sr. in third. Street Stocks, Caleb Hinckley gets the win, Corey Glassburn in second, and Caleb Nutter in third. Red Hill Raceway, Mars Late Models, Jason Fager with the win, Dylan Thornton in second, and Ryan Unsicker in third. In the modifieds, Cole Falloway gets the win, Charlie Medford in second, and Michael Ledford in third. Hornets, Jordan Robertson gets the win, Colton Gullidge in second, and Paris Lee Pennington in third. The B-Mods, Cody Clark with a win, Justin Jones in second, and Quentin Ayers in third.
And we go to Sharon Speedway for Western PA Speedweek, Floyd Trevis Memorial. The 410s paid $5,000 a win. Logan Wagner picked up the victory, Coral Bowser in second, Brandon Madison third. The modifieds, Garrett Crummer in first, Aiden Cipriano in second, and Eric Rudolph in third. The Crown Vic seen Bradley Schaefer with the win, Ray Gregory in second, and Brandon Albert in third. Skyline Speedway for the Pete Smith Memorial. The Fast 410 seen Ricky Peterson Jr. with a nice run there pick up the victory. Danny Smith in second, Mitch Harble in third. The late models seen Colton Burdett with the win, Corey Miller in second, and Chad Roush in third. Modifieds, KC Burdett with the win, Jess Hartman in second, and Mikey Wilson round out the podium. Sport Mods was Brandon Francis picking up your victory, Jimmy Fordyce in second, and Colby Taylor in third. I got something to add to that right after this, but then we seen the Southern Illinois Raceway had the Power Ride Midgets, Drake Edwards with the win, Cale Drake in second, and Kenna McIntosh in third. I did, Josh, on Saturday night, I got out to Skyline for the first time ever. I think it marked track 13 or 14. I don't know right off. So what I thought of it, it was slick. It was slick all night long. The racing was good. It was real good racing. The classes were awesome. They had a good car count. It was standing room only. The food was great. I had me a burger and some fries. It was a good time to get to Skyline for the first time, and apparently I picked the right day to do so because the stands were full.
Nice. Sounds like a good time there at Skyline. And it's always good when you get to a track, and you've been getting to some new ones, so just got to keep doing that.
That's right.
Moving on to Sunday, May 31st at Hilltop for the Enduros. Andy Parson with the win. Austin Wilhelmy in second, and Joey Poland in third. Tri-City Western PA Speedweek finale, $6,000 to win. Brandon Spithaler gets the win. Ricky Peterson Jr. in second, and Mark Smith rounds out the podium with a fifth place finish in that race. AJ Flick would capture his third Western PA Speedweek championship. Congratulations to him, and nice runs there by Ricky Peterson. Moving to Monday, June 1st at Davenport Speedway and High Limit. Kyle Larson gets the win. Brent Marks in second. Back-to-back podiums for Brent Marks. He's got to feel good about that. And Gio Selzy in third.
Gio Selzy's been quietly making a lot of noise. Not a lot of people has been talking about him. And, I wanted to say something about Ricky Peterson Jr. real quick as well. I think he raced the first race of Pennsylvania Western Speedweek, and I think he didn't have quite a good run, and then he missed the next night. And then when he showed back up, I mean, if it wasn't for that first night being bad and he would have been able to run the whole thing, he might have been up there challenging for that championship.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move to racing to come. Wednesday, June 3rd, it's Flow Night Racing in America, or Flow Racing Night in America at Eldora Speedway. It's the start of Dream Week. Red Cedar Speedway has a high limit sprint cars. Thursday, June 4th, we go to Eldora for the Dirt Late Model Dream Night 1. Gondik Law Speedway has high limit. Mississippi Thunder Speedway with the SLMR USMTS Modified Summer Shootout number 1.
Moved to Friday, June 5th. Attica is going to have 410s, 305s, and super late models. Circle City with A Mods, Crown Vics, Super Stocks, and Hornets. Clinton County with Appalachian Mountain Speedweek in the Sam Ray Memorial with super late models. Creek County is going to have the Don Swope Classic with ASCS. Eldora in the Dirt Late Model Dream. It all begins there at Eldora there on Wednesday with Flow Racing Night in America. Then they're going to have split fields for Thursday and Friday leading up to Saturday in the Dream. Hartford with the World of Outlaws sprints.
Hilltop has the Dirt Car Late Models, Dirt Car UMP Modifieds, Mod Lights, Mini Stocks, Sport Mods, Crown Vics, and 270 Winged Micros. I-94 has high limit. Jackson County has Dirt Car Modifieds, Sport Mods, Ohio Valley SCDRA, 4-cylinder stocks, and 600cc Winged Micros. Limaland for the Ron Kahle Jr. Memorial, the GLSS Great Lakes Super Sprints, $6,000 to win. We talked about in our talking points. UMP Modifieds and Thunder Stocks on the card as well. Macon has a Powrye Midgets. Mississippi Thunder Speedway has a SLMR USMTS Summer Shootout Night 2.
Moving to Ohio Valley Speedway with UMP Modified, Sport Mods, front-wheel drive, 4-cylinders, WRA, mini wedges, Gladiator Sprints, and super late models. Raceway 7 with Dirt Car, UMP Modifieds, mini stocks, Rush late models, Rush Sportman Modifieds, and Econo Modifieds. Red Hill is going to have USAC Sprints, Williams Grove and Lynn Paxton EMMR Legends Classic with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Moving to Saturday, June 6th, 81 is going to have ASCS, Atomic with Fast and Gladiator Sprints, Mods, USAC, Midwest, Thunder Midgets, and IMCA 305s.
Business is picking up for sure, Josh. We're moving to Dakota Speedway for high-limit sprint cars, and then we got Eldora for the 32nd Dream, $100,000 to win on Saturday. Fremont has the 410 sprints, 305 sprints, and the dirt trucks. Lawrenceburg with the Great Lakes Super Sprints, B Mods, Hornets, Pro Stocks, and Crown Vics. Lincoln has the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Macon with the Powrye Midgets.
Mississippi Thunder Speedway with SLMR US MTS Summer Shootout Finale. Mudlick Valley is going to have super late models. 2,000 to win for the UMP Modifieds, 2,000 to win for Sport Mods, 500 to win for Crown Vics and Hornets as well. Plymouth Dirt Track with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Port Royal is going to have Appalachian Mountain Speedweek in super late models. Red Hill with USAC Sprints. Sharon is going to have Dirt Car, UMP Modifieds, B Mods, Rush late models, Rush Wingless Sprints, and Crown Vics.
Silver Dollar's going to see the NARC Sprint Cars. And then on Sunday, June 7th, Angel Park Speedway out in Wisconsin for the Ted Johnson Memorial Race with the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Goods Raceway will have a 200-lap enduro. Potomac Speedway for the Wayne Lacey Tribute. That's part of Appalachian Mountain Speedweek. Modifieds to pay $10,000 to win there. And then Worldwide Technology Raceway will have the USAC Silver Crown Series. That's pavement, right?
Yep, USAC Silver Crown. They're going to be running pavement there at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Good to see those cars getting on track. And before we wrap this up, you brought it up earlier. Chase Dietz, 29 races, 9 wins, and almost $100,000 in earnings. Thanks to SprintCarRatings.com for that information. Chase Dietz is winning races, and I'm curious if he's going to end up in Ohio here in the next 2 months, June and July. Other than that, I don't have any plans coming up this weekend. Getting ready to get some training in for work, so that's going to kind of tie me up a little bit. Hopefully I can get back to the track soon. I think the next time I will be back at the track is going to be 2 weeks from today, June 16th at Eldora, there for Ohio Sprint Speedweek. They're going to have the All-Star Circuit champions there, as well as non-wing 410 sprints. So excited to get to the track. EJ, you got any plans coming up this weekend?
I don't know about the weekend, Josh. I'm kind of up in there, but I do got plans for next Wednesday. I'm going to get out to Muskingum County Speedway for that big late model race. This weekend's still up in the air. And then as far as Speed Week is concerned, I was hoping to at least get to Waynesfield since they only got 2 races this year. Mm-hmm. I definitely wanted to catch one of them. I think that's a Thursday, right?
You asked me too quick. I don't remember, but you're right that they have 2 races, and that is one of them.
Yeah. So, no plans for this weekend. I want to get somewhere, but if I don't, then on Wednesday next week, I'll be able to catch this huge late model race out here in Muskingum.
Yeah. Well, before we go, any last words?
Yeah, Josh, like always, man, I always appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk with you, man. I really enjoy it. And like always, Josh, let's go Sheldon Hot and Shield.
There you go. Everybody, like, follow, subscribe, and share. We're on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Spotify. Thanks for the support, and hope to see you guys at the track.